What's going on, everyone? So I'm on the side of the road. I started my video camera. I'm on my GSX-8R, and I figured I'd talk a teeny bit about why I'm heading to a BMW dealership let me open this lid a teeny bit, to look at a BMW 1000RR. Not the M, but the S, because I can't afford the M version. But my last bike was the GSX-R 1000R, and to me that was a lot of fun, kind of uncomfortable, and almost too fast in a sense, which is why I wanted to just kind of opt for a more chill ride, like the GSX-8R. But now I'm realizing that the GSX-8R is kind of boring and not super inspiring, and it just doesn't really pack that punch to kind of fill that void of why you're riding a bike to me. Maybe if you're on mountain roads or you have a lot of twists and turns and all that kind of fun stuff, but I don't. I'm on a lot of open, wide rural roads and highways. So there's that. So I'm just going to take a peek at the bikes, sit on them. I'm kind of contemplating either the BMW or possibly the 40th anniversary GSX-R 1000R. And I've talked to a few people who road race, who are like, you know, Max Van and people like that. And they race these bikes and they've ridden the bikes and they have, you know, a lot more race knowledge than I do. And they say this, they seem to say that the BMW with all the electronics is a pretty friendly, easy to ride bike, and the GSX-R is going to be a little bit more, you know, blunt power and in-your-face kind of power. And I'm comfortable with the GSX-Rs because I've ridden them and I've had them for a long time in my life, which is also another reason why the BMW 1000RR intrigues me, because it comes with heated grips, it comes with cruise control, it has different ride modes, which could possibly make riding a bike like that a bit more comfortable. And as my only bike, it may be a good bike that will kind of fill a lot of voids. I'm not sure. I'm going to go sit on one at the dealer and see how they feel. Ideally, I can take one out for a test ride. I'm not sure if they'll allow that or not. There's a nice Ferrari. Yeah, so we'll see. This is my old stomping ground where I used to live, and I had, you know, my factory race bikes, RC51s, and my 2001 GSX-R 1000, and all kinds of fun bikes that were really fast, but that was a long time ago when I was in my 20s. I'm 52 now, going to be 53 in December. So I kind of want a versatile bike, and I also want a unique experience. I thought this would be a fun experience, this blue GSX-8R. It's a 2025, and it's fun. It's a nice, versatile bike for sure. One guy just did a review on it, and he kind of didn't have much good stuff to say about it at all. And I get it, but at the same time, it's not a horrible bike, especially if you put an exhaust on it and flash the ECU and put on some nice tires and kind of do a little, you know, upgrading to make it kind of more solid bike to what it really probably should be in the first place, like any bike. But this bike kind of needed the flash and kind of needed the tune and the exhaust and stuff if you want to have it as a sport type bike. I honestly probably should have left the thing basically stock, minus the tail tidy and maybe new grips and the little Atlas throttle lock and just some minor little things, and just kept it as a quiet, chill bike that was an easy investment, not a lot into it, and called it a day, and probably just decided to buy another bike afterwards. But I'm kind of, you know, 3,000 plus into this bike, and I don't know if I'll keep both. I probably won't. I'll try to trade this thing in. I don't know yet. I'm going to go see and run the numbers at the dealership and see what they have to say. But Yeah, I mean, the reason for wanting a different bike is this bike just does not do it for me, essentially, and kind of fill that fix that I kind of am looking for when I'm out on a bike. It's, as I said, a little bit uninspiring and not just super exciting. I mean, it's not slow with the tune. I mean, it's definitely punchy. It can do wheelies. Not amazing wheelies to me, but I'm not also amazing at wheelies anymore. But it doesn't have that crazy amount of power and displacement and horsepower like a bigger bike. I mean, the 1000RR has what, 206 horsepower or something at the crank, so it's a much more solid bike. But we'll see. I don't know what I'm going to do. I figure just bring you along for the ride a little bit. At the very least, I could talk a teeny bit about why I'm even contemplating looking at another bike when I have this GSX-8R, which is a beautiful bike. I mean, every time I look in the garage, I kind of say to myself, wow, it is a pretty bike. I just wish that this pretty bike gave me that excitement that the GSX-R 1000R did, and it doesn't. So that's why I'm looking at different bikes today, and it's a beautiful kind of fall day, and I figure why not. When I'm at the dealership, I'll try to do a little video if they don't care and allow it, and I'll kind of show you what I'm thinking about and looking at, and you guys can maybe give me your input. I've read a lot and watched a lot on these bikes, and supposedly they have problems, and the guy from Fastlane Gang, or whatever his name is, I think it's Dylan, was saying that you should have the warranty on it because they can be problematic, and BMW has been really good about approving the warranty claims, which is good. So, you know, there's pros and cons to every single purchase. I mean, this thing is a beautiful bike. It's just not super exciting. It would be maybe a fun second or third bike, but I probably wouldn't, well, I know I wouldn't buy one again. If I did live somewhere where there's a lot of mountain roads, or maybe even in the city, it could be a fun bike because it's torquey and it has a lot of, you know, low mid-range, and it could be a fun option in a city or an urban kind of setting. So that's it for now. I'll connect back when we're at the dealership. All right, guys, so I'm at the BMW dealership. I saw just an insane amount of inventory, just way overwhelming. Double R's, black ones, all carbon, white ones, all carbon. Too much. But I'm going to take out for a test ride a 2024 s1000RR, and we'll see what happens. So I'm kind of excited. The thing is super beautiful. Okay, let's go. A little dusty. The foot pegs feel pretty high, so there's that. Let's get back to our display. I don't really know how to work this thing perfectly well. The dash is pretty wicked. It's never really super fun when it's not your bike, because you always feel a little nervous. But got to be careful. Let's just cruise. So it definitely feels a lot different than the GSX-R 1000 even, which is kind of interesting. there, let me put on my signal. It feels like a lot of bike, because it is a lot of bike. Especially after coming off a GSX-8R. But, yeah, it's weird. It definitely feels like a full-on sport bike again. I'm going to cruise in front of this guy. It doesn't have a crazy exhaust. Let me get back to... I totally don't know how to work this display. There we go. It's set to road mode. You feel more badass on a bike like this, but we'll see. We'll go for a little ride and I'll give you a little input. Right now I'm just in traffic. The dealership is in Barrington, Illinois. They were very nice and super helpful. Let me get out of this. Tires are not warmed up. Feels pretty serious. Almost stalled it. Traction control, I think. You can control wheelie assist. You got all kinds of different modes. You got little accoutrements like the signals, auto cancel, which is kind of nice. You got heated grips. You got cruise control, which I'm going to go and there we go. Yep, the signal didn't auto. Oh, there it did. Quick shifter feels good. Yeah, we shall see. I mean, it's a really pretty bike. But then again, so is the GSX-R. I mean, I think it's a badass bike in its own right, too. I kind of wish I knew how to... Wow, the quick shifter is like a different vibe than the GSX-R. The riding style of this bike, I automatically feel more discomfort in my wrists and hands than I do on my 8R, so there's that. So again, these bikes are definitely not as comfy as a more upright bike. Duh, right? But you got to really take that into consideration when buying a bike like this, because you're going to be riding and you're going to be in this position for a long time. So, there's another BMW. It's nice. They just said take the bike for a half hour or so. So it's 1 o'clock. I'll take it out to like 1:30, 1:45. The guy helping me was super nice. What a good vibe. I don't know if I take it over here first. This road is really pretty. I used to live over here, so. Wow, it's almost like you don't even shift. You don't even feel it shifting the gear. It's just so smooth. The grips are pretty uncomfortable for whatever that's worth. Yep, we're back on a liter. Even in fourth gear, you feel it. But I am not pushing this bike around turns. Just gonna kind of cruise. I definitely would put different grips on. I'm hoping this thing, actually, I should stop and make sure it's actually composed the right way with the video. Okay, so I am composed. I figured out how to adjust the mode. I put it in dynamic and see what happens here. It has cruise control. So I don't know, maybe I need to keep it on road mode. There's a lot going on with this bike. So there's a lot of electronics. There's a lot of things you got to figure out that aren't super the norm. But let's just enjoy the ride a little bit. Cruise. Really pretty road. But there's animals, there's cars, there's all kinds of stuff that can happen and pull out. So I'm not on my bike. I got to be respectful enough to not get in any kind of accident. Oop, I'm in neutral. Wow, look at this road. I feel like I can get airborne. This bike is quick. You can feel that right away. The horn's interesting. Yeah, it's really wild having a liter bike with so much power. So I may not be talking a ton, but right off the bat, I can tell a couple things. It's not as comfortable as my GSX-8R, of course, but maybe with some grips and some time riding in this position again, it could be. There's a cop. There's a lot to take in. I want to take it on the expressway really quickly, but this type of bike, you really don't know anything until you have at least 1,000 miles on the bike. There's so much electronics on this bike and customization in each of the modes. I don't even know what this thing's set to in regards to wheelie control for each mode and all of that kind of stuff. So I'm not as used to it as I am with the GSX-R, so it doesn't feel as familiar, but I don't know. Let's look at this thing. Come on, get into neutral. There we go. So it's the s1000RR. I don't think this has carbon wheels. The one I was looking at does. It has heated grips, which is kind of cool. I'll put them on number 1, the lowest setting. It has cruise control, and I think this is it. I don't know what DTC is. I should, but I don't. This little jog wheel thing is kind of interesting. This is your different rider modes. Dynamic, race. So let's just stay in dynamic for now and not get too crazy. I wasn't really expecting to do all this today, but they were kind enough at the dealership and accommodating enough, and they had one available, so of course, why not? Seems like there's a lot of traffic over here, so a lot of police, and I'm not familiar with where they're at. The owner or the dealer had one of the most insane collections of bikes. I mean, it was like $40,000, $50,000 double R's and crazy Ducatis and old vintage bikes. It was just all over the place. The heated grips are pretty nice, actually. I have it on the lowest setting. Wow. This thing really comes to life during the little mid-range kind of upper R area. It has a little, not a dead spot, but kind of a dead spot. Come on, mirrors. Oh, wow. So right now, cruise control, I figured that out. That's nice. Woohoo! Okay, turn off cruise control. Wow, it really comes to life at like 8,000 R's. Maybe I got to get it into a lower gear. It's weird. It almost feels sluggish down low in a way. It probably does need a tune or something. But I'm not going to talk a ton. I just want to kind of talk a little bit about my initial feelings hopping off the GSX-8R onto the RR and what I think. I mean, this bike definitely feels like a sport bike and like a leader and like a powerful badass. I don't know if I like the way it feels more than the GSX-R. I don't really know, just because I'm so used to it, but let's just kind of cruise. Jesus. I feel like I should turn it in the race mode. So, wow. The exhaust comes to life too. Interesting. Wow, the exhaust note really is a lot nicer. All right, we'll get on the expressway, do a little highway run and kind of see how it feels. This bike can get you in trouble, you can tell. Yeah, you can hit warp speed pretty quickly. Yeah, this bike doesn't play. It has a different power delivery than the GSX-R 1000R. I mean, watch this. We're in third gear. Wow. That's about all I can say is wow. It's kind of like hold on for dear life motorcycle. So, yeah, I don't want to get too crazy with that on a bike that isn't mine, but that was fun, and that was fast. I mean, it's a different, I guess I'm just so much more comfortable with the GSX-R that I feel a little bit safer with the way the power is coming on, but this thing is a beast. I mean, you could abuse the roads very quickly with this thing. I'm going to feel like I'm getting on a little tricycle with my GSX-8R. Yeah, the grips are definitely not comfortable. That's one of the things I noticed right away. But this thing is pretty freaking scary fast. I can't even imagine an H2 or something. That has to just be completely psychotic. So let's turn around. Wow. If I'm not talking, it's because I'm holding on for dear life. Yes, sir. That's what that dude says. Yeah, it's pretty freaking insane. Man, dude, this thing is completely psycho. I would say way more nutty feeling than the GSX-R. I mean, it just unloads. Woo! That's a lot of bike, man. It's fun though, but I'm going to turn it off of race mode and kind of see how the road mode feels. There we go. Maybe road's a little bit more docile, because that was totally mental. Whew. That got my blood going for sure. Whew. Well, the 1000RR is not a joke. I mean, this bike is freaking animal. Exhaust note changes for sure on the road mode. Let's go to race. It's popping now. How about dynamic? No, dynamic isn't as... I'm going to go to road just to see how it is and see if it docils the bike down a teeny bit. I'm hoping it does, honestly. Signal, auto cancel, all these little heated grip thing. It's kind of nice, but this thing is not a chill bike at all. Okay, so road mode is definitely not as aggressive, so that's nice. It's probably comparable to a B or C mode. I know they have a rain mode on this thing, but right now, it's basically almost like a 600 or something, I bet. So road mode is pretty chill, I dig that, because you don't necessarily always want to have just completely the most aggressive thing on the road at all times. Okay. So let's see. Still wants to come off the ground, I think. But it's not as nutty as race mode. Road mode isn't a joke either, though. Yeah, this is a fast bike, man. What a shocker, huh? But it is kind of a shocker to me. I would say this thing feels totally different than the GSX-R 1000R. I don't know how to necessarily explain it, but when the power comes on, it just frickin' rips. The GSX-R feels a little bit more raw, I guess, and a little bit more blunt horsepower, or power just in general. But this thing just feels like you're getting slung out of a rubber band or something at warp speed. Okay, let's put it back to race mode. Yeah, race mode, I can't even imagine this thing tuned. So let's just kind of throw it into cruise control for a second. And enjoy that. I mean, that's really nice. Just being able to have cruise control built in on a sport bike like this is freaking such a nice thing. And it's so easy and probably super inexpensive, yet nobody seems to do it other than BMW. The heated grip thing too, it's not a super cold day today, but really appreciated. To disable it, I don't know if you just... So it's kind of locked in. There, if you hit the brake, it will cancel it. Or you just toggle this switch to the left. There's another cop. Whew. Well, there's cops all over the place, so there's that. I don't want to get a ticket or any kind of issue to disrespect the dealer. There's a lot of traffic and people around. Go to cruise control one more time. Whoop. There we go. And we're cruising. I mean, that, again, is awesome. But it's a fast frickin' bike. I mean, I don't know. Definitely a crazy, crazy powerful bike. But really, that's it, guys. I just wanted to give you a little glimpse from riding a 1000R, getting a GSX-8R, which is a totally different bike, not even in the same league or class, obviously, as a 1000R or the s1000RR. And I don't even think this thing has much done to it, and it still feels like a freaking rocket ship. So that's it for now. Thank you, subscribe, and let me know your thoughts. If you guys have a BMW s1000RR, what are your thoughts? Do you love it? Do you like it? Too fast, too slow, perfect? And yeah, that's it, guys. Aloha. Okay, so pretty much back at the dealership. Consensus is, don't really know yet. This is a really effing fast bike. So there's that. And the parts that I really enjoy are the goofy things like cruise control, heated grips, the large display, the power, of course. But man, it's a fast bike. It's not a toy. It's definitely not a GSX-8R. So we'll see. I don't know. I'm gonna kind of see, I think, and wait and see what the 1000R, I mean not the 1000R, yeah, the 1000R GSX-R 40th anniversary looks like. If that thing looks really beautiful, I may just pull the trigger with what I'm comfortable with already, but we'll see. I'm not sure. Again, let me know in the comments below. I'm waiting for a train, kind of getting hot and a little bit uncomfortable. These grips kind of suck. I think I'd need something a little bit softer. I don't know what you guys think about the riding position on the s1000RR. If you guys own one, let me know what you feel it feels like after riding for a while. And yeah, that's it, guys. Let's wait for the train and get some footage. Choo-choo! Chugga, 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 choo-choo.